The reason why I wrote 2 books and participated in several documentaries about my father's life and my life, it's because I believe that the only way to solve all this trouble is to face our own stories, our own past, so we can overcome all the stories and move forward to the future. Well, I believe that my father's story become a great business for everyone. So a lot of people and companies are taking advantage of this, and sadly they are telling the wrong stories, encouraging the youth to move forward and to believe that my father's stories are worth to be repeated. So for me, this is a way to face this and to make people aware of the consequences of trying to be like my father. Well, I have to respect everyone about their opinions about my father. If somebody says that he was a very bad man, he's right, or that he was a good man, he's also right. So I have to survive and move forward with both of the stories. Both sides are right. Well, since I was very young, my father told me when I was 7 years old that he was a criminal. So I'm very aware of that, and since then he didn't have any trouble to communicate with me and said the kind of crimes and mistakes he committed. So I'm totally aware of the consequences of his actions, and even when he was alive, he was always telling me what he was doing. Well, I have good and bad memories about my father. I believe that, as we all do, and I have to live with that. I have to respect that my father was a good man with me and a very bad man with a lot of other people, so I have to live with that. Well, I am an architect and I live in Argentina. I don't know what is a normal life. I really don't know. I never experienced something like that. But I have to adapt every single day of my life and move forward without complaining and adapting to the reality we are facing every day. Well, I have a son. His name is Juan Emilio. He's 8 years old now, and I already told him a lot of things about his grandfather. He's totally aware that his grandfather is a criminal, and of course every day that he's growing I will tell him more and more stories about him, and this is a hard responsibility for me, a big challenge, because I have to raise him, teaching him a lot of love about his grandfather, but at the same time making him aware of the consequences of trying to live the life of his grandfather. Well, this is actually the first time that my wife agreed to speak about me and my story, and she finally agreed to participate because this was a documentary about me and not about my father. Well, after my father's death, the only thing that I have to accomplish is continue making peace with everyone and asking forgiveness with his victims and approaching to all of them with a lot of compassion, I believe, and trying to solve all these things and move forward in life. And about my father's empire, what remains? Nothing, just the last name and a big business behind. About his story, that's what remains.